up? How are we all doing today? J coming out with another video. Today we're going to be talking about farming or alt accounts. Now, before we go ahead and start, say that it is against terms and conditions to have any alt accounts or farm accounts or any other accounts on the same server. That being said, 80% of players tend to end up with at least one or two, because it's a really easy and beneficial way to keep yourself growing, remaining competitive without actually having to coin a ton. So if you can't coin a ton, you're a non-coiner. These are the perfect way to keep yourself growing and keep yourself competitive. So first things first, these are farming accounts. So you're going to need troops. The troops I tend to go with are T1 Siege. Decent load, and the cost of upkeep is low. And the reason you want to keep the cost of upkeep as low as possible is because if you can get 15 farms and try and get into a high level as possible, if you look here, total food production 800, right? Upkeep just short of 200. So that's 600,000 food per hour you're gonna make. Now, food is probably the hardest thing to save up for, because on your main you're gonna have your troops, which means you can't keep it above consuming level, right? So whether that be 100, 200, 50 mil, whatever, you can't keep it above it. The rest has to be in boxes. Whereas if you do it this way with your alt, you can store it on your alt. So you can store any excess, and this will always be gaining. The troops here will never eat the food it has, because you're creating more food than what the troop consumes. So that's one way, which helps you make a good 10 to 20 mil food per day, which over the course of 10, 20 days is 200, 300, 400 mil. Do you know what I mean? It makes a big difference. What you're going to look at next is the research. So research-wise, advancement. All the food tech, obvious reasons, that obviously it's going to help with the farms, increase more. Troop load, so that your T1 Siege can carry as much as possible. Again, more production tech, not overly fussed about these things. Gathering, you want to max out the gathering as much as you can. So you see here they're all at 20. Again, troop load 20. Go way down. Advanced silo. Outset resources being consumed, not really too big a deal. Agriculture again for the food, and here we have up to what the max of what I can do is, which is only academy level 27, which brings me to another point. Ideally you want to bring your alt up to K30, so you can have academy 30, which will then mean you can max out all that tech, because gathering is going to be crucial. It's just going to be constantly gathering, right? So you want to max out that gathering tech. Now, on top of that, you're also going to need a decent enough rally spot, because you need to be able to send out enough of the T1s, right? Here, this account here can send out enough to cover a level 7 tile. A 7 mil level 14 tile, I meant, which is perfect, really. It's what you want. So you got that, and you obviously need to do the research for it, like I am doing. If you look at that, the research per march size. Obviously help increase that. As you can see, I've done a few of these just so I could pump out the siege, but the main thing is to have 15, which is the maximum you can have farms, to constantly keep bringing in. Then you're going to want to look at Korea for your inner city sub. So your culture is Korea. because what that does, there we go, and it's just 6% from gathering. If you can get more subs on your alt, then that's great. If you could have, let's see how many can this hold, 4. If you could have 4 of them, that's 20, even green, that's 24% extra, which obviously helps when gathering. And then you want to look at generals. So now Queen Jin is ideally what you want. However, Queen Jin is notoriously difficult to come across, and you can't really afford to be spending the gems from an alt looking and looking and looking. So I picked up something that's much easier to come across and works adequately, and it's Constance. As you can see, she has the extra resources from gathering, 20%, as well as 20% load, which will help when it comes to T1 Siege. The skill books you're wanting is, I wouldn't worry about food. You're going to keep bringing it in anyway, and you can do the odd one, the odd food tile. So you want lumber gathering, stone gathering, or gathering. The 3 main that you're going to be gathering. And then what you want, which this is slowly getting towards, is 4 pieces of these. So that will become another. That is one. Yeah, so 4 pieces. Then 4 pieces gives you 10% extra gathering speed and 10% extra resources from gathering, which obviously helps massively. Ideally, later on, you might want to throw some King's gear to get the extra gathering speed from Kings and stuff like that. But for now, that's fine. In terms of cultivation, politics is the main. Obviously, gems are hard to come by, so you can actually cultivate using gold like that. It is a little bit tedious, but every time, if you're just looking at politics, every time it goes +1, just accept, or +2. Anytime it's on minus, reject. Plus, there you go. So you just consider the gathering that way, and you can go, once it's maxed out, you can actually go all the way to +300 using just gold. It is a little bit tedious, and it's so much easier to use gems. However, you're not going to, as you can see, top left, I have 8.1k gems. You're not going to have a lot of gems, really. Whereas gold, I'm going to have a hell of a lot more of them. So there's that. And that is all there is to it. I mean, you can do stuff like have these 24-hour boosts. All you do with them is when you're in market, have a look. You don't need any of them. Don't need any of them. I'm not bothered about picking things up for the dailies or anything like that on here, to be perfectly honest. Don't need any of them. Can I just do my dailies while I'm at it? You know, see if we can get a nice general. I'd like to have Shajar on here, that'd be nice. Eventually, hopefully I will do, collect enough pieces. But that's all there is to it. So, simple little things. Build up towards higher keep as possible. If you can have a couple of K30s, right, you're going to be gaining 700-800 mil res each time it comes to a res consuming. That's per farming alt, which is massive. It really is, because hitting them consuming bonuses is really what helps you grow. You get the stamina, you get the speed ups, you get the res. You know, these things really, really help to grow. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, drop a like, and let me know if there's any other videos you'd like to see in the future. Peace out.